You probably are watching this video because you or someone close to you has been diagnosed with this disease that you may know very little about. The information presented in this video comes from the perspectives of real people who live real lives. Each person has a different perspective on living and coping with MS. Not every situation will speak to you, but everyone here has made a new diagnosis and made it through some of the challenges that you and your loved ones may be facing. I'm Denise Belle from North Carolina. I'm an outreach director, self-help group leader, and a working woman. Oh, and by the way, I have relapsing remitting MS.
My name is Kellen Prouse. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I was diagnosed with MS in 2010 at the age of 25. The day before I was told I have MS, I was just a normal guy that had kind of some numb legs. And then they tell me I have MS, and just those two words changed everything.
My name is Stephanie, and I was diagnosed with relapse-remitting MS in 2012. I am a stay-at-home mom now, and I'm also a volunteer for my church. Before I was diagnosed with MS, I knew nothing about MS. I knew that it stood for multiple sclerosis. That's really about all I knew about MS.
When the doctor diagnosed me with MS, he sat me down with my mother and he told me, okay, Mr. Muñiz, our conclusion is this is what you have. I sort of laughed because I told doctor, can you speak to me in English because I really don't know what is MS.
The first thing that many of us do is internet searches, which may lead to a lot of inaccurate information that scares and overwhelms us. But now you've come to the right place.
The central nervous system is composed by the brain and spinal cord, and it also includes the optic nerves. The essence in multiple sclerosis is that your immune system, your defense mechanisms, the ones that are in place to recognize any foes, any enemies that do not belong to you, say bacteria or viruses that can create infections, misrecognizes something that actually belongs to you, that is part of your own body, and starts attacking it because it believes it does not belong to you. The target of that attack in multiple sclerosis is myelin. Myelin is the insulation around the nerve cells. Nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord work exactly like electrical wires. They send electrical impulses, and same as electrical wires, it needs insulation in order to send those electrical impulses in a swift and appropriate manner. If you take away that insulation, you're going to disrupt the conduction of electrical impulses. You're going to notice a dysfunction, something that is not working properly.
I've been having numbness in my legs. They attribute it to a pinched nerve. They followed up with even more MRIs, which revealed lesions.
I didn't think anything of it at the time. I thought this is going to be fine, I'm going to be okay. My doctor walked in and she touched my hand and she said, the radiologist suspects multiple sclerosis. I was overwhelmed from that moment.
The last thing was the spinal tap that they came to the conclusion that this is what you have, this is multiple sclerosis.
Once a person actually has a diagnosis of MS, then they're in a lot of different places. One is, what is the meaning? What am I going to be able to do and what am I not going to be able to do? For some people, it is just a relief. There's finally a name to what's been happening to me.
When I was first diagnosed with MS, I wanted to know everything about MS.
I wanted to know what the future held. I wanted to know what, if anything, could I expect tomorrow. I didn't even know what to ask at that point.
This can't be possible. For me to always be competing, excellent shape, competing in the martial arts with my father. Now I'm gonna have limitations, and now there's gonna be things I cannot do. That's sort of contrary to my upbringing in the martial arts, and it was really hard for me to swallow that. There was a million things going through my head. Am I still gonna live my life? Am I still gonna live the life that I'm used to?
I get all the time, oh, you look great. You look like you're doing great. And a lot of times when they say that, I may not be feeling great. I may be battling a flare-up. You don't see the emotional side or the cognitive side of MS. When I meet people who are newly diagnosed with MS, I tell them, find somebody else who has MS. I didn't even understand how much connecting with other people going through it. I didn't understand what that does.
It is scary when you go online or you see reports on television or you talk to somebody's aunt and somebody's cousin who had this type. They might have progressed much faster. It's good to know that we're all different. And it's also comforting to know that there are so many treatments out there.
MS challenges each of us to do whatever it takes to live our lives to the fullest. One of my purposes in life is to help others with MS to become self-advocates, so we all can maneuver through this unpredictable maze towards better health.